Great having Christian Savoie back here on the program. He's got a big title fight coming up here for CFFC on November 19th. He's going to be taking on Bassil Hafez. Christian, how's it going, man? It's been a while.
I'm really good, brother. Yeah, thanks so much for reaching out to me and hitting me up again, man. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you as well. Big opportunity, like I mentioned. Tell me how this all came together, because we're seeing a lot of Canadians, including yourself, having to take opportunities in the U.S. just because there isn't any, fights going on in Canada.
Yeah, well, partly exactly that, man. Like fighting in here in Canada isn't an option right now. So how it came about was just like I was really hoping to get my shot, either on Contender Series or directly in the UFC. That didn't come about. So I basically texted my manager, man. I was like, what do we have to do? Like I'll fight the LFA champ. I'll fight the CFFC champ. Like can we get one of those things done? And a couple weeks later, one of my managers texted me to fight Bobby Hill for the CFFC for the CFFC title, sorry. Mm-hmm. And Bobby ended up getting signed by Bellator. So the title was vacant, and they offered me Bassil. And at this point, man, I was just saying yes. Like,
yeah,
anybody, give me a fight. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, and just to correct, it was Bobby Lee who you were supposed to fight. I think you corrected it after, but initially you said Bobby Hill, which was on King of the Hill. But it can get confusing either way. But no, that makes sense. And of course, Bobby Hill beat a Canadian in his last fight, getting the win over Michael Hill. So yeah, it's good to see that CFFC getting a lot of Canadians in there, which is really awesome there. In some ways, is this better than Contender Series because you're the main event? It's for a title. Like I think all the CFFC champs, or at least in the UFC or in Bellator, do you kind of look at it that way? Because with the Contender Series, you're having a fight with, you have to compete with 4 other fights on the card.
Yeah, no, I think so, man. I love the opportunity to win another belt too. That's cool. And yeah, man, I think this is as good, if not better, an opportunity. So I'm really blessed and happy to be in this position right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. And just last thing sort of on Contender Series, like you were never offered a spot, because I'm pretty surprised considering the amount of Canadians they had on the show this year, even not just right now, but even if you look at, back when they were doing the show like earlier in the summer.
Yeah, I'm surprised too, man, to be honest, but it is what it is, right? I'm just I'm happy to be in a position where I can show them like, hey, like I'm the guy you should have had. But
yeah, and it's on Fight Pass, your fight as well, so people are going to get to see you no matter where they are, and that's like an added benefit as well too. And also, I think people forget you were supposed to be on Contender Series a couple years ago, but you had an injury, so you weren't able to take it, or there was something, right? Like that you weren't able to take an opportunity. I think you were supposed to fight Jordan Williams at middleweight, were you not?
Yeah. Long story short, man, I was told initially that if I fought and won that fight, that I could drop to 170 in the UFC. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, like I'll do this one fight at 85 to get me to the big show. Then I was told that I would have to stay at 85.
Oh, yeah. And I know welterweight's more ideal for you in terms of, your career. You've performed. I mean, you're undefeated, but still, I think, we all agree that you're better at welterweight, right? It's a better weight class for you.
Exactly, man. And like at the end of the day, I want to play the long game, and I feel like I've made the right choices in my career. And, like now I feel like I'm in a position again where, I can finally get signed in my weight class, so I'm happy to be here. And
you got a great opponent here. Same amount of fights. He's got a bit of a different record. He's 5-2-1. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him?
He's a good fighter, man. Like he's 5-2-1. His draw comes to Jeremiah Wells, who was the CFFC champ and signed with the UFC. Then another one of his losses was against somebody who's 4-0, and so he's never been finished. So I'm taking him, as serious as anybody. I think he's a really good fighter. I think he's aggressive. I think he's got really good jiu-jitsu. He's athletic, so I'm taking him really serious.
Yeah, and a great opponent too. I mean, it's one thing to fight someone with a decent record, but he's got a great record. So, again, that'll help your case to, get a big show opportunity should you come out victorious here. How's training camp been looking? I don't know what the regulations are like in New Brunswick, but I know here in BC, they're starting to crack down a bit again with the COVID stuff. But did you get a pretty good camp leading into this one?
Yeah, it was, it had its adversity, man, for sure, just with everything, the COVID thing. A lot of times I had to schedule my training sessions and organize my training partners. So I definitely had to put more work in to have good sessions in, I guess. But, it all worked out, man. If it wasn't for COVID, I was considering going to Montreal to do some of my training camp. But, they got hit hard up there, man. So,
yeah,
I just decided to stay here, man. This is my hometown. This is where I've done majority of my fight camp. So I'm very happy with how this training camp went.
And that would have been at TriStar if you were going to go to Montreal, right?
Yeah, I was going to train at TriStar, and I have other friends and connections up there. Like I was actually talking to Dave Leduc.
Oh, Letway, Mr. Letway. Of course, I know Dave Leduc. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a buddy of mine. Like we trained together a few times, and I was considering to go up there, maybe do a few rounds with him. And there's another good black belt, Corey something, man, I forget his last name, but anyways, he's a 10th Planet black belt, and basically I had other options too, man. Montreal's a big mecca for martial arts, so I got a lot of friends there too.
And I know in the past as well, you've trained a bit at Rufus Sport, and I actually saw a couple of the guys, giving you props for getting this title fight. I know some of them also have the same manager, but that must have been cool. Like I think it was Emmanuel Sanchez or Rafion Stotts, one of those guys I saw comment on your Instagram.
Yeah, man, I love all those guys at Rufus. They're all friends of mine and guys I consider teammates. And it's somewhere I definitely want to go again. COVID just kind of again put some weird things and everything, but Emmanuel's actually going to come corner me for this fight.
Oh, no way. Awesome. One of the best. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So,
good.
I love all those guys.
Fantastic. And I imagine the weight cut's going well because you probably knew you were going to fight around this time anyways, I would think.
I had no idea when I was going to fight.
No?
Bro.
Okay.
It's been an SOB to say the least, trying to get a fight. But I really, I was, based on everything that was going on, it seemed like there was a lot of opportunity happening for me at 185 and not at 170. So I was actually considering moving up. But then I just made the decision, no, I'm just going to really crack down on my diet, man, and, stay ready in case something happens. And I did that, man. And I've been walking around leaner these last couple weeks, than what I would be on fight week, so yeah. I'm in great shape right now.
How's the fight playing out on November 19th?
Man, of course I'm going to get my hand raised, but, I think he's a very aggressive fighter. I think I might have to weather the early storm. It's in his hometown, I'm sure he's hungry to win this in front of his friends and fans and all that. I'm sure this is something that he's been working for a long time. So again, I'm not taking him lightly, and he's an athletic guy, and I think he's going to come at me hard. And I think I'm going to finish him in the later rounds. That's my prediction.
Excellent. I like it. And we talked about the implications here. I think it's, Bellator, UFC, it doesn't matter. I mean, you win a CFFC title, any of those promotions that are on Fight Pass, I think that leads to bigger things. Is that kind of the sense you're getting from your management, that if you do go out there, get an impressive finish, a UFC call-up could be next?
For sure, man. For sure. That's what I'm being told, basically. I win this fight in impressive fashion, and it's hard to deny me at that point, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure if you come out of this unscathed, would you stay ready just in case something comes up? Because we're seeing a lot of fighters now get opportunities in the UFC, but they're usually short notice. And I'm sure that's something you've thought of as well. Not looking past November 19th, obviously, but that is one of the benefits that if you win this title, then I'm sure you're on the short list.
Yeah, for sure, man. Ideally, I'd like a training camp because I'm a big guy. But yeah, man, of course, the issue with kind of short notice is that when I come home, I got to quarantine for 2 weeks too.
Right. Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, if my manager's like, hey, we got you a fight in 3-4 weeks, and I'll do what I got to do, man. I'll wrestle with my dad, because I'm going to quarantine with them at their place and leave my girlfriend to the apartment.
I was going to ask you that. Anyways, yeah, that must be tough, right? Because she can't go. I'm assuming she can't go with you.
No. She's got obligations with work and stuff, but yeah, no, it's pretty cool, man. My dad's coming with me, so it's cool to have him in my corner.
Absolutely, man. Well, Christian, it's great to see you get this opportunity. I'm really looking forward to this fight. November 19th, CFFC 89, live on UFC Fight Pass. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug? I'll give you the last word.
I can't think of everybody off the bat, but I just want to give a shout out to all my sponsors, my coaches, my friends, my family, and my entire city, man. So many people came together to contribute and sponsor me for this fight, man. And considering COVID and everything, I didn't expect everything, because I know that, small businesses are taking a big hurting right now, but so many people have contributed to help me out with this fight, man. And it makes me really want to, more than ever fight for my city. So love you guys. Love the Port City.